Hi, Plannerets. So happy you can join me. Make sure if you are here in the live, don't be shy. Say hello in the comment section. I am broadcasting both on YouTube and on Instagram. So wherever you are tuning in, keep me company this very early morning. Here in Sydney, it is Friday, 1:30 a.m. You might be wondering, Marianne, why are you up? Because as usual, look, my work time really is late evening or very early morning. I do have my naps. So this is, I guess, my work time. So keep me company. Let me know where you are tuning in from, whether you are on Instagram or on YouTube. Keep me company. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to embellish. Get myself ready for February instead of leaving it to the last minute like I normally do. I'm going to actually make a little bit of a start, chip away, so then that way I don't overwhelm myself when it's time to flip the page to February. Hello, Nara. Thank you so much. Hi, it is sunshiny on a very, very early morning. I've got the air conditioning on because I do tend to get all hot flushy when the lights are on, when also, perimenopausal that I am. So thank you so much for joining me on Instagram. So I'm going to get started. Now, if you are new to my channel, I actually give free printable download when you sign up to my weekly email newsletter. And so I think I've been doing it for a few months now. So each new month, if I get my act together, I do have a cover page that you can print out. Now, size-wise or PDF-wise, this is in A5. However, because, there is no border, no margin, you can pick the size, planner, printable size that you normally use, whether Happy Planner Classic, letter size, or big Happy Planner, or even maybe pocket size, right? And then you just need to customize the paper setting and maybe the dimensions. Sometimes if you set customize and reduce or increase the percentage of your printout, then you can customize the size of February to whatever planner page you're going to print. So I appreciate those who are here with me today. And then that way I get to see your lovely comments if you are not too shy. All right, so let us go. Let me know if you are all good. If you are on YouTube, am I even on? Let me know. Say hello if you are on the YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm going to keep because I create these monthly cover page, for those who do want to be able to have either like a dashboard or to, signify that, okay, the following pages coming up are for the new month. I'm just checking, making sure I'm also on YouTube. Yes, I'm also on YouTube. Impromptu lives, I know, always catches everybody, and not everyone is able to take some time away from whatever they're doing. So the reason why I created these originally, of course, for myself, is sometimes I want to have the cover page, but I don't have the time to create the elaborate, creative planner pages. So sometimes this is a great starting point. So I can leave it as is, maybe color it in. Let me show you what January looked like. So my January, I just used my Kuretake Zig Clean color dot marker. So it has the dotted spongy end, and then I just dotted different colors, and then I colored each block letter a different one, because of course January, New Year's celebration, it's also my birthday month, so very confetti like. And so for February, let me make sure, where am I think we are in next month, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to create like a Valentine's theme. So going to pinks and reds, but mainly red because that's what I have in my ink stamp. So now this is VersaCraft Soramame ink pads. So there's these cute little, I guess like broad beans, little pods. So there's a number of sets of these in different colorways. So I've just got, the primary color of red, blue, yellow, and black. I couldn't find it in Amazon store. However, if you are watching on YouTube, in the description, I have, similar ink pads in my Amazon US storefront. But if you do check out, I think I went ahead and look for my US viewers. If you look on Etsy, someone's selling these. So it's the VersaCraft Soramame ink pad, and then they come in a variety of colors. And so I'm going to use the red, and because throughout my bullet journaling days, I had collected a few different stamps along the way. Now this one is in an storage box. I don't remember exactly where I bought it from. However, I did find the exact same one on Amazon. So let me see if I can pop that link in the chat. So I think it'll show up on the YouTube live chat. So let me see. It is under my favorite stationery tools. And so it's right at the beginning. And so look at all these cute little stamps that look so, and then you can, whatever theme. And then of course, depending on what ink stamp you have, you can embellish your planner pages. But I'm going to look at maybe that stamp there. So a heart, where's another heart? I think I like this one as well. So I'm going to stamp my page all over with hearts. So create a pattern. I also like, there was a little rose. Where is it? Rose, where are you? I saw it somewhere. There it is. So this one, a bunch of roses. So that's going to look so cute. And then I did have a separate one. I think this one, I can't remember from which set this is. But if you have any stamps, like individual ones like this, they don't have to be hearts. You don't have to have a heart theme. You can go and whatever, stamp set you have. So I have them in different sizes here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stamp them all around the and February block letter and script writing, and create my own little pattern. And then, so this is not only going to help embellish my monthly cover page, but if you're not also live streaming like I am, but you can use the time to embellish your planner pages as a form of mindfulness. So that is, you're focusing on the present moment. You're not worrying about the past or worrying about the future. And if you're like me, who sometimes gets overwhelmed, gets quite anxious when any new things happen, new changes, whether it's just a new day, new week, whatever, this is a great opportunity for you to just take your time, slow down a little bit, and enjoy using your planner and embellishing it, and also looking after your well-being and giving you some self-care. Isn't that great? Hello there, Starlight Kiss. We made it in time to catch you live. Hope your day is amazing. Yes, I am here. Now it is 1:39 a.m. I am very wide awake because I left I have a current goal of getting my steps up to 10,000 each day, because I really, from my review of the current month with my goals and habit trackers, I've said to myself, look, it's important to add movement to my day. So then that way I'm healthy, then I'm fitting in my clothes. And an easy way for me to do that, something I can track, something I can see my progression, is just let's get our step count up to 10,000. And then once we get that done and we build the momentum and build the habit, then I can look at everything else, like maybe nutrition, my sleep, getting a good number of hours of sleep. So with these Soramame ink pad, so each one individually, so see how it's got the little like a dabbing opportunity. So you've got the sponge and it's got the lid, so then that way you don't get ink everywhere, and it's got the little casing there. Again, I couldn't find it in Amazon, but if you do check out Etsy or pop it in your local Google search, you can then put in VersaCraft Soramame ink pad. Okay, and then I'm just going to go and ink away. And the thing is, I'm going to stamp maybe 3 times. So lots of stamps on the first one, and then it fades, because then that fading one there, I can then actually maybe put something on, another deeper, more inked stamp. And then that way I can create layers. So all I'm doing now is really just, creating patterns and ink pad. I'm going to put that here, and then just stamp away. It's a nice clean way for you to stamp without getting your fingers all dirty. And so I'm going to show you a little tip as well when it comes to your, I'm not an expert in stamping by any means, but if you have the little blocks like this, and see how the rubber stamp, this is of course a square one. Sometimes if you, let's say, press too hard when you're stamping, you'll get an imprint of those corners. So of course these, you can see these are the stamping portion of the ink, or the rubber is quite deep. So when you press, there's less opportunity for the rest of the rubber to make an imprint, and just make sure not to press too hard. So it's always good to stamp on a flat surface, so if you have anything underneath, maybe like washi tapes or other stickers, that might cause the surface not to be so flat. So see, just random. I mean, I could leave it at that, right? And so that, it's a very quick way. And guess what? This planner, this February monthly cover page, it is a freebie. That's right. If you sign up to my weekly email newsletter, which is free, you can grab this as a printable download. Now, again, I think the link only shows up on YouTube, but if you are on Instagram, go visit my website at mariannecresp.com. So it's my name.com, and it's one of the first click button that says subscribe. So if you subscribe, just pop in your name, your email address, and then I will send you a welcome email straight to your inbox. And then it has this February download already included, as well as other free planner printables that you can print for your planner. Now again, it is for A5 size, but just change your printer paper and your printer setting for whatever planner size you have. Now, what's the next one? Let us have a look. Which one should I do next? I think I might do these 3 little hearts. Now, when I talked about, remember, because these are smaller rubber stamp. So what I did to avoid the corners accidentally being imprinted on my page when I'm pressing is, see what I did here? I used a craft knife or a utility knife, and very, very carefully, please, because especially with these ones, they are very small. You don't want to slip and cut your fingers. So I just, very slowly just remove the corner edges, so then that way when I do stamp it, but see how, remember how I was saying the embossed, or the part that sticks out for you to stamp? See how, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, maybe not. See how it's not it's very shallow. So then, of course, when you're stamping, if you press too hard, then the other areas might stamp. But because this one is see how the stamped bit is a little bit thicker. I don't know the terminologies, but so with this one, if you don't want the corners imprinted, with a utility knife or a craft knife, very, very carefully, just cut off the corners. And then I'm just going to, okay, this one I need to press a little bit harder because it has the middle section. Yep, and I'm gonna go in. So now I'm just creating a print. So even if you have lots of stamps that you haven't used, like me, you haven't used for a while, dig them out, get your ink pad, and if you are going to wrap up any little gifts, find yourself a nice, craft paper, and just you can create your own print. And you can go wild with your stamping. And of course, if you're not talking and stamping at the same time, if you listen to nice, soft, lo-fi music, it's a good way to just imagine this as your morning meditation and just focusing on the moment and just maybe listening to some birds tweeting outside. Okay, so there's one. That's looking a little bit more fancy. All right, let me just pop this here so then I'm not stamping on my desk. So this one here, I don't know if you can see. Yes, cute little roses. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So then, because this is more, it's a thinner stamp. Can you see? Okay, let's go see how it looks. And I don't think there is orientation, doesn't matter. So let's now pop that in between. So now I'm having a nice little Valentine's theme. For those of you, you can't see the rest. Sorry, I'm going to zoom out so then you can just see the rest. Hey, if you are here live, don't be shy. Say hello. Let me know I'm not talking to myself. I probably am. That's all right. It doesn't matter. I normally talk to myself anyway. Okay, and then just find some empty space or empty any gaps. Oh, when I'm just stamping, it's just like, when you see the cartoons and then they get the kisses and then the heart eyes float. Let's see, it's over there. And I don't know if I should do anything with the block letter. What I might do is, because I couldn't find any marker. Thank you, Spice Budget. Thank you for saying hello. Yay, I ain't alone. I couldn't find any marker that had exactly the same hue, the same tone or whatever as this ink pad. So what I might do is I might use a colored pencil. Oh, that looks so pretty. See, for those of you who have hung out with me for a little while, I don't normally do themed spreads, cover pages. It's just, I know for myself, it'll annoy me that if it's not all perfectly matched, then it's, I'm going to look at it and I won't be satisfied. And even though I say many, many times, it's not about perfection, it's about being creative and, just taking your time to embellish. Um, uh, it's well, see, lost my thought there. It's not about being perfect, right? It's just, this is your planner. It doesn't matter, because sometimes we do compare, don't we? We compare ourselves to what we see on Instagram. We compare ourselves to what we see on Pinterest. Who still follows Pinterest? Pinterest is, um, a search engine. Okay. Hello, Dee's Beads. Thank you. I've always wanted to get into stamping. Yeah, and this is a nice, easy, introductory way to get into it. And then, yes, if you can just, nice, thin paper and just stamp away, you can create your own wrapping paper. And then you can get as creative as, bomb your page with lots of stamps like I am now. I'm just seeing all the blank space. Let me see. Let's go back to maybe the three hearts again. So the three hearts, because it is a solid stamp, like each heart is solid, you might have to fill it up with more ink and stamp a little bit harder. Now, I know sometimes when I first started, so D's, if you are just starting, do your swatching of stamps. How much pressure do you need for each? Because of course each individual stamp very, very differently. Um, let's go. The Spice Budget says so pretty. Um, Pierre Andre, excelente. Dios te signa dando creatividad. Let me see if I can somehow translate. Excellent. You're very creative. Is that what you said? Please, if anyone who can help me translate what Andre had said, I would love to know. Desde Colombia. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Anything else? Let me see. I like this little rose. Maybe pop that in there. Okay. Um, you know what you need to do when you are stamping, or if you're doing anything creative, is really you should stop before you make a boo-boo. Because sometimes I keep going and going thinking, oh, it needs a little bit more. And then somehow, somewhere, I stuff it up and then I make a mistake, or, I put ink everywhere. So make sure I don't have any ink on my fingers or my palm. So that is my February monthly cover page. Let me see if I have, do I have my, I don't know if I have, let me see. I think I can reach. I'm going to see, I'm going to move that a little bit so then if the ink is not dried yet. So I've got colored pencils that I bought. So this one is a Staedtler one. And I don't use colored pencils often. Ooh, I'm missing one here. No, I'm not. Let's see. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm going to see if any of these, the pink one will match. Oh, let me see. Let me put that there. And where's the other heart? Because some of the markers that I have are either too red or too pink. And again, oh, yeah. Let's see if this will match. Oh, I think it's a perfect match. What do you think? Yes, that's too bright up there. Yeah, I think I might color it in. Will I stuff it up? I probably will, but that's okay. We will just go with the flow. So I'm using instead of using a marker that might be too pigmented, I'm going to use a very, very light hand. Hello, Lydia. Saying hello from Michigan. Nice to see you. Lydia loves stamps. I need to go and use it more often. So I guess if I hang around you guys who love stamps or who wants to start stamping, then we can, encourage each other, be more creative, because that's one of the priorities that I have included as part of my goals for 2025 is to add more creativity and creative outlets in my day-to-day activity as part of self-care, as part of slowing down, as part of being mindful and looking after myself, because I do see the benefit of when I do step back, slow down, and do something that what is called intrinsically motivating. So that is something that will bring you joy, but you do not get any physical reward like accolades, like money or status. It's just something that makes you happy. And I know for me, creativity is one of those things that I love to go, I wonder if I can do that. And then I'll try it, and then I'm happy with the result, like I am now with my stamping, right? And so that helps bring motivation. It can bring joy and happiness in an otherwise maybe overwhelming day, an anxious, type of day. And it's just a great way for you mm, to slow yourself down and look after yourself. Now, did anyone in your young days um, do shaving effect? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but in my primary years at school, or you guys call it elementary school, you grab shavings of your pencil. Let me see if I can get a different paper so then I don't make a mess on my desk. So what you do is grab a sharpener. I'm going to see if this works. Okay, and then the shavings that you get from your sharpening of the pencil. So instead of me coloring this in each block letter, because I know it'll create streaks and then that's going to upset me. You get the shaving. I don't know if this will work, so I may wreck my lovely little stamped. And then just grab your finger, make sure it's not oily or damp. And with a circular motion, you just use the shaving to create a nice light hue on the page. Just make sure the shaving itself are not shards, because then it will create lines. So I'm just going to put that there. But see how it's creating a very soft, let me see. I'm trying to see if I can just get some shaving. So see how just very lightly with the blade of your sharpener. So this is how I used to embellish my exercise book for class. So I'd have my lips. See, can you see? Oh, yay, it worked. It worked. What do you think? Let me know if any of you have tried this technique to color in. So this is what I used to do with my maths exercise book, with my English. And so one of my fondest memory when it comes to school is buying the new stationery pack. What the school will tell you, okay, you need to buy an exercise book with this many pages, a grid book, and then you covered it with, like, the clear contact. Is that what you guys call it? Contact paper. And then, for the first page, we'd create a cover page. And so, I'd put the name of the subject, so it will be maths or science, and then create, whatever accompanying drawings. If it's maths, lots of numbers. If for English, a book. So let me know. Hello, Stephanie. Nice to see you. I hope you are doing well, my dear friend. Rochelle says, excellent. May God continue blessing you with creativity. I hope so too, because I know it does bring me so much joy. It brings me so much happiness seeing, have a clear start and finish as well. So a project is a great way to be mindful because it has a clear start, finish, and then that way you get a reward, and then that habit loop gets completed. So you get triggered to do something, you do it, and then the reward is seeing how well your creativity came out. Andre says, excellent. May God continue to give you creativity. Yo, thank you so much. And from Colombia, thank you, Lydia. That's neat. Yeah, so it's something. So if you didn't want to have, the harshness or the boldness of the colors of markers or highlighters, so just very lightly, make sure the shavings are, small, because like I said, if you use the shavings that are the bigger shards, is that the name? I'm just making up words, I think, today. And then just place it on your page, and then just with a nice dry tip of your finger, go and color it in. So it gives you a softer finish to your colors, to your page. Because I know if I took any of my red or pink markers, how sometimes you will see the lines when you go, even if you're not, layering the ink on top of each other, you'll still see that line. And so let me make sure. Do I have anything nearby? You don't see it, but I'm going to wipe the fingertip on my bike pants or my leggings, which is black, so I won't stain it. And I'll just double check that, your hand doesn't have any stains, and just be careful not to make a mess on your desk. So pop the sharpener away, and then very carefully just get rid of the shaving of your colored pencil, and then just pop it in there. Oh, I'm so glad earlier me got the spare paper to catch all the shavings. Okay, where can I put that so then I don't knock it later? And then dun, 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 dun. All right, and then if you wanted, which probably, I'm going to, okay, earlier I said don't, don't overdo it because I may wreck. What I might do though is I might make the bottom of each block letter a little bit deeper. So let me see if I can grab a few more shavings. So again, just very lightly with the blade of your sharpener, just sharpen, so then it's like really fine dust. So let me see, go there, go there, go there, and go there. So just to give that sort of like a gradient effect. So let me know if you're watching on live, whether you're on Instagram or on your YouTube with me. Is this something, first of all, that you've done before? If so, yay us. Or if this is a new technique. Is it something you're going to try? I bet you now you guys are going to go dig if you have children and they have colored pencils, I bet you're going to go dig their colored pencil and start shaving. Now, I think too, now do be mindful, test it out first because, not all colored pencils, like everything, sometimes maybe you may not get as pigmented with the shaving. So just double check. Let me see if I can deepen that even more just to give that little bit of gradient. Okay, giving myself a little clap. Starlight Kiss says, I use that method when doing chalk or charcoal drawing or embellishments. Never thought of doing it with shavings like that. Woohoo! I'm so glad I'm able to, share some little ideas because, sometimes it's like these ideas that you go, yeah, wow, I never thought to do that for that. And that is why getting together in a community like we are now, we get to share these different ideas. So, okay, that's a little bit better. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to probably make because now my eyes are thinking it's unfinished. Marianne, are you ever at all going to be satisfied with what you do? Probably not. All right, I won't include that thicker shaving. Let me see. Recycle, repurpose. So that's why I have a paper, spare blank paper, handy to catch all your shavings. I think I'm just going to deepen the color of the top part as well. Okay, and I think, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave this as is because I'm thinking already, I'm going to create shadows, but I know I like the effect that it's soft hue, that there's no harsh, bold colors. This particular cover page of mine is not that. That was January. So imagine if you are a subscriber to my newsletter. Let me pop that again in the chat. Now, it is on YouTube. I don't think it shows up on Instagram. But if you are on Instagram, just go to my website at mariannecresp.com. It'll have the button there to subscribe to my free email weekly newsletter. And if you want, you can unsubscribe after. But why would you want to do that when I'm going to give you freebies each month and, lots of weekly tips and tricks and hacks and just little reminders to, give yourself a little bit of grace, give yourself a little bit of compassion. If you are like me, who's sometimes very hard on myself, very mean to myself, sometimes saying mean things. I'm just putting that aside. I'm just making sure everything is clean. Okay, my fingertips is as clean as it can get. Let me just pop it back so then I don't lose it. Okay, hello from Spain. Nice to see you, C. Perez. Thank you so much for joining me. So the colored pencils that I use today is the Staedtler 24 colored pencil. That's the Design Journey. I don't know if this is in my Amazon storefront, but I'll make sure I'll pop that in. So then if you want to do drawings with colored pencils, I think I went to make sure I bought myself this is a while back, I don't know when I bought this, but I bought myself one that will have nice pigmented colors. And so, if the professionals use it. Now, I went over the line a little bit, but that's okay. What do we think? So to recap, the February planner printable is a freebie. If you do sign up to my newsletter, the January one is still available. So I do take them off you know, after a couple of months. So if you want to start collecting from straight from January, because once you have it, you can reuse it again and again, and you can even print it and maybe put it and glue it in another notebook or in another planner, in maybe your journal or your gratitude log. So that was January. As you can see, I used dot markers. I think these were Tombow Jaw brush pens. Very quick, very easy, very simple, yet effective if you want to create a cover page or a dashboard to signify the following pages are for that month. February, so same sort of block lettering with the script writing, but this time around, instead of using dot markers, I use ink pad. Okay, ink pad and stamps. So if you can find yourself heart-shaped stamps, so you're in theme for February being Valentine's. All right, so there's some tiny ones, a little heart and little roses, and then just stamp your page, making sure I don't make any streaks. And look at that. Isn't that whoops, isn't that pretty? Okay, looks like my disk space is running out. So I may have to say hello or I'll say goodbye, because then the quality of the stream is going to get reduced down. So please let me know. Do you like it? Thumbs up. I'm going to put this Instagram replay after. If you are also on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to my channel over there. So subscribe to my YouTube. And if you are not yet a follower here on Instagram, please do so. It just makes me feel good and it looks nice on the page. But really, all I want from you is to make sure, add some creativity into your day. Add some fun. Don't just do your to-do list. Don't just look at all your tasks and get overwhelmed by it. Make sure you are scheduling something in for yourself. Make sure you are putting yourself on top of the list. That way, you are being looked after. If you are your best self, then you are in a better position to help others and your loved ones and be more productive and less overwhelmed and less stressed. So listen to me, who's very stressed and very overwhelmed majority of the time. I include these things in my planner to make sure that I am in the best frame of mind. So I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, Spice Budget, for popping by. I appreciate it a lot. And Jenna, thank you. Loved your design. So cute and simple. Happy February. I'll see you all. Thank you so much. And bidding you farewell for the moment, and see you around in the chat and in the comments. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.